So we're here with Brenda Gale Smith, who is the curator of Beneath the Southern Skies, which is an exhibit here at the Melbourne Australasian Quilt Festival. And I'm very excited to have a chance to talk to you in person. And I wonder if you could just tell me a little bit about these pieces.
This exhibition was conceived last year, and I put out a call for entries to textile artists anywhere in the world, but I asked for them to respond to the theme Beneath the Southern Sky. And I chose that theme because I wanted to encourage as wider interpretation as possible. So I've received landscape works, I've received social works, wildlife, and in particular I've received works that cover a whole range of different techniques and materials.
And you mentioned that behind us there's a rather personal piece.
Well, I didn't know it at the time. This work is by Alison Lawrence of Auckland in New Zealand, and it actually depicts a region where I grew up as a child.
Wow.
And so these beaches I actually played on as a child.
That's great. Well, these three pieces are very Australian, I think, and I really love this piece behind you that has a message of brotherhood. Is that a good way to put it?
It's a partnership. It's very symbolic with the clasped hands at the bottom, and it's called Together Sharing This Great Land, and it's by Sandy Corrie, and she's used thread drawing and painting techniques, and you have that real sense of expansiveness in this work.
Yeah, you do. And then the piece in the middle here has wildlife, native wildlife, but not what we would usually think of.
Yes, Jan Rowe from Western Australia has selected various Australian creatures that live across land and sea, and she hasn't chosen cliched kangaroos and koalas. Instead, she's got the frill-necked lizard, numbats, penguins and turtles in these exquisite thread drawings.
They're beautiful. And then the piece behind me is really an unusual piece.
As I mentioned earlier, I called for textile works, and so it embraces a wide variety of techniques, and this particular work includes woven and felting and embroidery techniques. It's inspired by the classic Australian poem My Country.
That's great. So there are 30 textile works in this exhibit, and we've just shown a taste of these today. And the last two that I'd like to show are both bright and organic works, but quite different, one realistic and one more abstract.
Yes, here we have a work by Suzanne Gummo of South Australia. Of all of the works, it's perhaps the most expansive in terms of the region beneath the southern sky, because it incorporates flowers from South America, South Africa and Australia, and it has that exotic quality and those wonderful shapes in it. The second work by Diane Firth is classic hallmark fluid shapes, graphic style, and it shows her region in Canberra surrounded by drought-stricken hills. And you're actually going to Canberra shortly, so
yes.
You'll be able to see that country with your own eyes.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Well, thank you so much for your time, and I think you've done a smashing job, and I think you're off to a great career in curating.
Thank you, Luana.
Thank you.